Good morning, Craig Cunha, John Arwood Properties. Hey, this week I'm going to do something a little bit different concerning the market report. You can look down below on the newsletter. You'll be able to see the numbers for Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Fort Myers Beach. Both the listings and the homes that have left the market. We're still at a little bit of a deficit concerning putting homes back on the market when they leave, but that trend, as I said, is going to probably continue until we find a way around it. What I wanted to do this week is to give you some tips on things that you can do to avoid losing money when you sell your home. There's certain things that we don't think of or maybe don't think of enough, and I'm just going to run through a few of those. You're going to see them again down below on the newsletter. If you have any other questions, you can obviously reach out to me, and I'll answer whatever you are concerned about. First thing is not hiring a professional. And that is something that's very important in real estate, obviously, because it's one of your biggest investments. It's probably the biggest investment of your life. So you want that in the hands of somebody that has done this repeatedly and has the ability to negotiate, has the ability to connect you to the vendors you need and things of that sort. Mispricing your home. I know you love your home. Your home is probably the most amazing thing that you've had to this point, and you obviously want to move on to another place. So give yourself the best chance of selling that at a fair price. I'm not saying to give it away. I'm not saying to price it high so you can negotiate back down. Be fair about the price. Any competent real estate agent that's working with their buyers, even the buyers themselves with all their resources, will be able to look that information up on the internet. So try to keep that as fair as possible, and don't let the emotions of what that home means to you get in the way of that. Neglecting necessary repairs. Small repairs are not a big deal. Painting is something that, yes, it can freshen things up, but in many cases, folks want to come in and change all the wall colors anyway. So unless it's something that's really becoming a detriment, if you've been getting feedback from any of the showings that tell you that that might be a detriment, then you can go ahead and do it. But repairs themselves, you can normally negotiate the small stuff out of the way, but the big stuff, the things you know are going to be a problem, try to attend to those up front. Not removing clutter. Hey, everybody's got their stuff, and we only have so much storage in Florida, but move the pieces around that might be making it look a little bit more jumbled up and a little bit more comfortable for folks to come in and peruse. So put those things away, personal photos and things like that. Obviously, we want to let them see themselves in the home, not necessarily what you have in the home. Selling the house empty. In Florida, this is something that's common because we have a lot of vacant homes due to seasonal ownership. Also, people move on, rent the place out for a little bit, then want to sell. Well, what that does, it doesn't allow folks to see the home actually lived in, doesn't give them perspective on size of things in the room. So that does help to keep furniture in there and keep a lived-in feel to some extent. Letting ego get in the way of negotiations. Again, your home is very important to you. I get it. You've probably spent a number of years there, and there's things near and dear, memories about the place, and you think that your home is probably the best in the block, and it very well may be. But when it comes to negotiating, it's just business. It's all numbers, and do your best to kind of let that part go and see it from also the buyer's side. We're hoping that they're seeing it from your side as well, but when we can get to that common ground, that's when you're going to have the most luck. Failing to fill out your seller's disclosure completely and honestly. This is so important. There's a disclosure form that you need to let folks know what has happened in the home to your knowledge. Did you have a roof leak? Did you have any kind of foundational issues? Did you have anything, pipes break, pipe replacements, electrical replacement, electric box that needs replaced? There's actually some default, or faulty, I should say, electric boxes that needed to be replaced years ago. So if those things have been done, and if you know of something, please disclose it up front. It's going to save you any legal trouble later. Mistiming the sale. When talking about mistiming the sale, in this case, it's more about tax ramifications. So obviously, the further you get into the year, the more taxes you're paying. If you sell earlier in the year, then it actually transfers over to the buyer. But the bigger thing is capital gains. If you have not lived in the home for a set period of time, then you could suffer from capital gains taxes. That's something you should discuss with your accountant. I would love to go into a little bit of detail with you about it, but that's something ultimately you want to go to a professional and have them tell you exactly how it's going to affect you. Also, overlooking fees and expenses at closing. There are pretty standard set fees that you're going to get from most every title company. Sometimes there's other fees put in there that may not be as standard as others. So if something looks out of place, out of whack, have your agent review it with you, go through that and make sure that everything is in alignment. And if it doesn't feel right, question it. Get the reason why it's there. And lastly, using bad photos. I did a video about this previously regarding professional photos versus the cell phone photos. It's nice to use photos at the moment to get things started, but if at all possible, get professional to do this. Yes, it's a few $100s up front. In many cases, if you've discounted your commissions to the agent, they may not have the money to spend a few $100s on those photos. So all these things get tied together. If you want the best representation, if you want to present your home in its best possible state, talk to your real estate agent. You can brainstorm together. As real estate agents, we see this many times over the course of the years. We've worked in many homes and seen many different scenarios. So we can suggest things for you that it might make a lot of sense to us, and it would make sense to you if you knew about it. So just ask. Again, if you have any questions about anything, my contact information is on all of these communications, and you can reach me at 239-292-0440. Thank you so much again for watching the video. Please like if you're seeing this on Facebook. Like the page, like the link, and share it with your friends. If you think this is something that would benefit somebody, go ahead and share it. And if there's anything else I can do for you, just reach out to me in any of the methods in which you see on the newsletter. Thanks again. Have a great day and a wonderful week. God bless you all.